In this video, I'm going to solve 4 proportion word problems. So let's begin. First question. Kwesi is putting on sunscreen. He uses 3 milliliters to cover 45 centimeters squared centimeters of his skin. Okay, so let's see. Sunscreen. And skin. So 3 milliliters to cover 45 squared centimeters. He wants to know how many milliliters of sunscreen, G, he needs to cover, so G, to cover 240 squared centimeters of his skin. He assumes the relationship between milliliters of sunscreen and area is proportional. How many milliliters of sunscreen does Kwesi need to cover 240 squared centimeters of his skin? So the relationship between 3 to 45 is the same as the relationship between the unknown amount of sunscreen to 240. So to solve this, we need to cross multiply. So we isolate the G, the unknown. And we can simplify this. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 45 divided by 3 is 15. So 15 multiplied by G is 15G. 1 multiplied by 240 is 240. So we need to divide both sides of the equation by 15 to isolate G. So G equals 240 divided by 15. 240 divided by 15. 15 goes into 24. 1 time 1 times 15 is 15. 24 minus 15 is 9. Bring down the 0. 15 goes into 96 times, right? 6 times 10 is 60, and 6 times 5 is another 30. So 6 times 15 is 90, and now remainder. So G equals 16. So how many milliliters does Kwesi need to cover 240 squared centimeters of his skin? 16 milliliters. Good. Next question. Jovi is maintaining a campfire. She has kept the fire steadily burning for 10 hours. Okay, so we have hours and we have logs. So 10 hours, she kept it with 15 logs. She wants to know how many hours, H, she could have kept the fire going with 9 logs. Okay. So the relationships, she assumes all logs are the same. Okay, so the relationship between 10 and 15 is the same as H, which is the unknown amount of hours, to 9 logs. So we can simplify the 10 over 15. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So 2/3 equals H over 9. And now I cross multiply. 2 times 9 is 18, equals 3 times H. And now I divide both sides of the equation by 3 to isolate the H. So 18 over 3 equals H. H equals 6. So she needs 6 hours. She can keep the fire going for 6 hours with 9 volts. Good. Mika can eat 21 hot dogs. Okay, so hot dogs and minutes. So she can eat 21 in 6 minutes. She wants to know how many minutes, M. It will take her to eat 35 hot dogs if she can keep up at the same pace. So 21 to 6, 21 over 6 is the same as 35 over M. Okay, I can simplify this if I divide by 3. So 21 divided by 3 is 7, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 7 over 2 equals 35 over M. And now I cross multiply. 2 times 35 is 70 equals 7M. I divide both sides of the equation by 7 to isolate the M. So 10 equals M. 10 minutes. It will take Mika 10 minutes to eat 35 hot dogs. Eliana drove her car 81 kilometers. So kilometers and fuel. So she drove 81 kilometers and used 9 liters of fuel. She wants to know how many kilometers X she can drive on 22 liters of fuel. She assumes her car will continue consuming fuel at the same rate. Okay, so the relationship between 81 kilometers and 9 is the same as the relationship between the unknown amount of kilometers to 22 liters of fuel. Okay, so I can simplify this. 81 over 9 is 9 equals x over 22. And now I multiply both sides of the equation times 22 to isolate the x. So 9 times 22 is 22 times 10 is 220. 220 minus 9 is 211. Let's see that I'm correct. 2 times 9. 9 times 22 times 10 is 220. 220 minus 9 is 211. Okay. 10 times, okay, so I need to take 210, 20 minus 22. 220 minus 22 is 198. Okay. 9 times 2 is 18, and 9 times 2 is 18, plus 1 is 198. Okay, so the answer is 198 kilometers. X equals 198 kilometers. So on 9 liters of fuel, she can go 81 kilometers. On 22 liters of fuel, she can go 198 kilometers. Okay, makes sense. Good. Thank you for watching. And in the next video, I'm going to move on to the next section, which is equations of proportional relationships. And I'm going to do this practice, writing proportional equations from tables. So I will see you in the next video.